Harlem Nights is a 1989 American crime comedy drama film crafted by Eddie Murphy, who served as the writer, director, and producer. The stellar cast includes some of the finest comedians and actors, featuring Murphy himself, along with his brother Charlie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Redd Foxx, Della Reese, and many other talented performers. Paramount Pictures released the film in November 1989. Set in 1930s New York, the narrative revolves around an illegal gambling house owner and his associates navigating challenges such as competition, gangsters, and corrupt law enforcement to sustain their business. Harlem Nights emerged as one of the standout films of its era, contributing to the cultural richness of the 1980s. This cinematic gem boasted a remarkable ensemble cast. In this video, we'll pay tribute to some of the cast members who have left us in real life. Stay tuned to our channel, where we share insightful videos. Don't forget to show your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing for more content. Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor graced the star-studded cast of the film Harlem Nights, portraying the memorable role of Sugar Ray, captivating audiences with his remarkable acting and comedic prowess. Pryor passed away shortly before 8 a.m. due to a heart attack, having been transported from his residence in the San Fernando Valley to a hospital, as confirmed by his business manager, Karen Finch. Struggling for years with multiple sclerosis, a degenerative nervous system disease, Pryor faced immense health challenges. In the early stages of his career, Pryor earned a reputation as one of the most outspoken comics, yet his candid and frequently insightful commentary on modern life and race relations garnered a broad following. His daring comedic style influenced a generation of stand-up artists, including Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Damon Wayans, Robin Williams, David Letterman, and others. Pryor's success in a series of hit comedies in the 70s and 80s, along with filmed renditions of his live performances, established him as one of Hollywood's highest-paid stars. Notably, he became one of the first black performers with the leverage to negotiate his Hollywood deals, signing a groundbreaking $40 million, five-year contract with Columbia Pictures in 1983. Throughout his career, Pryor remained dedicated to addressing racial inequality. His humor, such as joking at the 1977 Academy Awards that Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier were the sole black members of the Academy, reflected his astute observations. Pryor expressed gratitude for his success despite living in a racially divided America, acknowledging that he, an uneducated individual, garnered widespread love and support. In 1980, Pryor faced a life-threatening incident, sustaining severe burns over 50% of his body while freebasing cocaine at home. Admitting to his struggles with addiction, Pryor spent 6 weeks recovering from the burns and an extended period battling drug and alcohol dependence. Facing the challenges of multiple sclerosis in the 90s, Pryor's health visibly declined in his last film, the 1991 release Another You. Despite health setbacks, Pryor attempted a comeback in 1992, returning to stand-up comedy in clubs and on television, showcasing remarkable resilience while contending with physical frailty, speech difficulties, and movement impairments. Pryor entered into matrimony on 6 occasions. With Flynn Pryor, he welcomed a son named Stephen. From previous unions, he had a son named Richard and daughters named Elizabeth, Rain, and Renee. His daughter Rain pursued a career in acting. During a 2005 interview with the Philadelphia Inquirer, she conveyed that her father consistently laid bare his life for you to observe. I adopted that approach after witnessing the positive audience response. My aim is to bring laughter to life. Redd Foxx, who took on the role of Benny Wilson in the film Harlem Nights, is among the cast members from the movie who has passed away. Comedian and actor Redd Foxx, renowned for his portrayal of Junkman Fred Sanford, passed away on Friday following a heart attack and collapse on the set of his new TV series, The Royal Family, as reported by his associates. He was 69. John Elroy Sanford was born on December 9, 1922 in St. Louis, Missouri, and brought up on Chicago's South Side. His father, Fred Freddie Sanford, hailed from Hickman, Kentucky, and served in World War I with the 823rd Company of the U.S. Transportation Corps. Although initially an electrician and auto mechanic, his father left the family some time after 1930, raised by his half-Seminole mother, Mary Hughes, from Ellisville, Mississippi, along with his grandmother and minister. Fox's explicit nightclub act found success, and after performing on the East Coast, he gained a significant opportunity when singer Dinah Washington urged him to come to Los Angeles. Dootsy Williams of Dutone Records caught his act at the Brass Rail nightclub. Fox was one of the first black comedians to perform for white audiences on the Las Vegas Strip. Signing a long-term contract, he released a series of comedy albums on multiple record labels that swiftly became cult favorites. In 1977, Fox departed from Sanford and Son after 6 seasons to star in a short-lived ABC variety show, leading to the cancellation of the NBC series. In 1980, he returned as Fred G. Sanford in a brief revival spin-off, Sanford. In 1986, he reappeared on television in the ABC series The Red Fox Show, canceled after 12 episodes due to low ratings. Fox appeared as an Obi-Wan Kenobi-like character in the Star Wars special of The Donnie and Marie Show. In a nod to his show, he referenced the planet Sanford, which lacked a sun. Richard Pryor, comedian and actor, acknowledged Red Fox as a source of influence. Pryor told Ebony magazine in 1990, "He gave me inspiration and encouragement so I could be more me." Chris Rock, comedian, also recognized Red Fox as an influence. An episode of his show, Everybody Hates Chris, depicts young Chris Rock overhearing his parents' Red Fox albums and initiating his stand-up by retelling the jokes at school. Actor and comedian Jamie Foxx expressed that he adopted his professional surname as a tribute to Fox. Pat Morita also designated Fox as his mentor from his early days as a nightclub comedian. Danny Aiello. Danny Aiello, who portrayed Phil Cantone in the film, added an extra layer of intrigue with his distinctive acting abilities. The New York actor and former Greyhound bus employee, best remembered for his Oscar-nominated role as Sal, the pizza joint owner in Do the Right Thing, and for his portrayal of Cher's lovelorn suitor in Moonstruck, has passed away at the age of 86. His representative, Tracy Miller, informed The Hollywood Reporter that Aiello succumbed to a brief illness on Thursday night at a medical facility near his New Jersey home. Aiello, who ventured into acting at the age of 35, often took on roles as unsavory characters, exemplified in Woody Allen's The Purple Rose of Cairo, 1985, where he played Mia Farrow's gruff, drunken husband. In a similar vein, he clashed with Paul Newman in Fort Apache, The Bronx, 1981, portraying a corrupt cop who callously tosses a kid off a roof. In The Godfather Part 2, 1974, Aiello portrayed gangster Tony Rosato. His memorable line, "Michael Corleone says hello," said as he garrots Frankie Pentangeli, was improvised. And he appeared as the neighborhood bookie taking bets from Allen's character in The Front, 1976. A genuine charmer, Aiello also took on the role of Lee Harvey Oswald's killer, Jack Ruby, in Ruby, 1992, starred as a struggling Hollywood director in The Pickle, 1993, for Paul Mazursky, and provided comedic relief alongside Ellen Burstyn, Olympia Dukakis, and Diane Ladd in The Cemetery Club, 1993. Despite never having taken an acting class, Aiello was considered a favorite in the supporting actor category at the Oscars, although he ultimately lost to Denzel Washington for Glory. Nevertheless, this experience marked the first time he felt a sense of belonging as an actor. Previously, Aiello had declined to audition for director Norman Jewison, but still landed the part of Mr. Johnny Camilleri, the character with the itchy head in Moonstruck, 1987. It represented one of the rare instances where he departed from his tough guy persona. Aiello enjoyed a marriage of over 60 years with his wife, Sandy, and they had 4 children. Sons Rick, Danny III, and Jaime, and daughter Stacy. Danny III, a stuntman who doubled for his father in Do the Right Thing and worked as a stunt coordinator on FX's Rescue Me, passed away in 2010 after battling pancreatic cancer. He was 53. Della Reese. Della Reese, widely recognized as Madame Vera by enthusiasts of the movie, passed away on Sunday evening at the age of 86. Renowned for her vocal prowess, she later took on the role of the heaven-sent Tess in the television series Touched by an Angel. Left to mourn her departure are sons James, Franklin, and Dominique, along with her husband, Franklin Lett. Sadly, she was preceded in death by her daughter, Dolores. Dolores Patricia Early, born on July 6, 1931, in Detroit's Black Bottom neighborhood, initiated her public singing career at the tender age of 6 in her local church, establishing her roots in gospel music. Her vocal talents blossomed, and by the age of 13, she was invited to perform with Mahalia Jackson's gospel group, later joining them on tour. In the late 1940s, she founded her own group, the Meditation Singers. However, exposure to jazz legends such as Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan ignited her desire to broaden her musical horizon. Adopting her famous stage name, she inked a deal with Jubilee Records in 1953, releasing 6 albums primarily featuring jazz standards. National recognition dawned in 1957 with the release of And That Reminds Me, a top 20 hit and her inaugural global success. This was succeeded by Don't You Know, her signature song, and a series of hits including Not 1 Minute More, and Now, Someday You'll Want Me to Want You, and The Most Beautiful Words. In the late 60s, she expanded her career from a jazz nightclub act to an all-encompassing entertainer by venturing into television. Becoming a familiar presence on the small screen, she secured guest appearances on various shows like The Mod Squad, The Love Boat, Sanford and Son, MacGyver, Night Court, and The Young and the Restless. Her brief variety series, Della, premiered in 1969, and the subsequent year marked her distinction as the first black woman to co-host The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. In 1979, after a Tonight Show appearance, Reese endured a brain aneurysm that posed a severe threat to her life. Embracing ordination as a minister in the 1980s through the Christian New Thought branch Unity, she established her own church, Understanding Principles for Better Living. Thomas McCall Ford. Thomas McCall Ford portrayed the remarkable character Tommy Smalls in the 1989 film Harlem Nights. The renowned actor Tommy Ford, widely known as the humorous sidekick on the enduringly popular show Martin for an extended period, passed away at 52. TMZ initially reported that Ford's spouse Gina verified that the Martin sitcom alumnus was on life support after experiencing a ruptured aneurysm in his abdomen. Unfortunately, his health took a downturn in October 2016. Following the conclusion of Martin, Ford achieved success in the detective drama New York Undercover, playing Lieutenant Malcolm Barker. He took on the recurring role of Nikki's ex-husband and Kim's father, Mel Parker, in 7 episodes of the UPN sitcom The Parkers. In The Power of Passion, he portrayed Ben Cummings, one of the characters whose wife has an affair with the pastor. Recognized as the Pope of Comedy, Ford served as a judge on TV One's comedy competition show, Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes. In the Kid and Play movie Class Act, he appeared as Mink. In Harlem Nights, he depicted Tommy Smalls, the brother of Arsenio Hall's character. Ford featured in the crime drama Against the Law, 1997. Ford also authored 2 uplifting children's books, titled Positive Attitude and I Am Responsible for Me. He dedicated time to visiting schools, inspiring and empowering children while promoting a sense of responsibility. In June 2016, Ford directed a documentary on bullying titled Through My Lens, ATL. It aired in October 2016 on Aspire TV. Many of us who learned about Ford's tragic demise may not have been familiar with an abdominal aortic aneurysm. This condition is predominantly observed in men over the age of 60, often with additional risk factors such as high blood pressure and high cholesterol. Although the term aneurysm is commonly associated with the brain, the American Heart Association notes that approximately 5% of the U.S. population is affected by brain aneurysms, occurring when the blood vessel wall in the brain weakens and bulges outward. Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy is another member of the cast from the film Harlem Nights who has passed away. Murphy took on the role of Jimmy. Charlie Murphy, the former star of Chappelle's Show and the older brother of Eddie Murphy, has passed away according to publicist Dominic Natty, who informed The Hollywood Reporter. He was 57. In the recurring segment of the show titled Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories, Murphy shared how his brother's fame brought him into contact with some of the biggest stars. His retellings of these experiences, portrayed by him, Chappelle, and others, became enduringly popular. In one sketch, Prince is initially teased for his frilly shirt, but then showcases his smooth moves on the basketball court. The music legend then treats everyone to pancakes. Charlie Murphy collaborated with his brother on the screenplays for Norbit and Vampire in Brooklyn, voiced a role in the animated TV series The Boondocks, and made appearances in the comedy series Black Jesus. His feature films include Our Family Wedding, King's Ransom, and CB4. On March 20, 2009, he launched his own sketch comedy series, Charlie Murphy's Crash Comedy, on Crackle. A stand-up special, Charlie Murphy, I Will Not Apologize, premiered on Comedy Central in late February 2010. Murphy also made guest appearances in 1,000 Ways to Die and the TBS sitcom Are We There Yet? As Frank Kingston. In 2014-15, Murphy portrayed Vic on the Adult Swim live-action show Black Jesus. Robin Harris. Robin Harris is also another primary cast member from the film Harlem Nights who has passed away. Harris portrayed the character Jerome. An autopsy performed on Robin Harris concluded that the Chicago-born actor succumbed to heart disease last month in his hotel suite on the near North Side. A spokesperson for the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office stated on Friday. Born in Chicago, Illinois, Harris had a welder father, Earl, and a mother, Maddie, who worked as a factory seamstress. The family relocated to Los Angeles in 1961, where Harris attended Manual Arts High School. Subsequently, he enrolled at Ottawa University in Kansas. During this period, he began refining his comedic skills while juggling jobs at Hughes Aircraft, a rental car company, and Security Pacific Bank to meet his financial obligations. In 1980, he made his debut at Los Angeles's Comedy Store. In Harris's BB's Kids routines, his girlfriend Jamaica insisted that he take her son and her friend, BB's 3 children, on their dates, as she repeatedly agreed to babysit them. The children consistently managed to make a fool out of and/or annoy Harris. "We BB's kids," they would declare. "We don't die, we multiply." The Hudlin brothers had originally planned to create a feature film based on the Baby's Kids sketches, but Harris passed away during pre-production. Instead, Baby's Kids became an animated feature, directed by Bruce W. Smith. The film featured the voices of Faison Love, as Harris, Vanessa Bell Calloway, Marquez Houston, Nell Carter, Jonal Green, Rich Little, and Tone Locke. At the time of Harris's death in March 1990, his wife was pregnant with their son, Robin Harris Jr., who was born 6 months later in September 1990. The second episode of the sketch comedy show In Living Color aired just over a month after his death and was dedicated to his memory. In 2006, a posthumous DVD titled We Don't Die, We Multiply, The Robin Harris Story, 2006, was released. The film includes never-before-seen performances by Harris and tributes from contemporaries such as Martin Lawrence, Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer, D.L. Hewley, Robert Townsend, and Joe Torre. The film also features a rap performed and dedicated to Harris by his son, Robin Jr. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey today. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more engaging videos. But before you go, let's keep the conversation alive in the comments down below. We want to hear your thoughts, insights, and even your suggestions for future topics. Your feedback is what fuels this community and helps us create content that resonates with you. As we wrap up today, remember, you're not just viewers. You're an essential part of this growing family. We appreciate each and every one of you for your time, your support, and your enthusiasm.